Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Big shout out to FPV Builds and Tech up in West Babylon, New York for sending the Bristol out to me. They gave me like a 15 or 20% discount, I can't remember now, for it. I asked them for it, and it's my first partnership with them, and I've been loving it ever since. They're great people to deal with. Him, Anthony, and them, yeah, good people to deal with. So, yeah, he told me right off the bat, he said, you do reviews of my planes? He said, be completely honest. If it's a piece of crap, say it's a piece of crap. If it's great, say it's great, but say why it's not good or why it's good. And I said, well, that's the way I operate. I said, if I can't be honest in my reviews, people aren't going to watch me. Because I don't want them to go out and spend their money on something I said was great, and then they have a horrible time with it. So, all right, well, here we go. Let's take up the Bristol B23 from KAVAN or KAVAN, or how you say it. I think it's supposed to be KAVAN. Or maybe KAVAN, like the timer set for 6 minutes. My rates are 100% throws over 30% expo, and I have an AR631 Spectrum receiver that I just last night updated to the AS3X Plus. So it just what I have noticed so far is that the gains and the way the plane deals with the wind is more intuitive now. It just seems to be better locked in, like the computer can read the wind and gives you a smoother flight with a light foam plane. All right, right, left, down. You turn around here. Wind is kind of out of the west, so to speak, what little wind there is. So unfortunately, I have to land from the east. I'd much rather land from the west, but because that's what I'm used to.
Takeoff flaps. All
right, taking somebody on their thump radio is going by. Here we go. Try to do a nice scale takeoff. Staying away from that sun. About 3/4 throttle right now. Running a 4000. I think it's a Sokokin brand, if I remember right. Nice flying plane. A little bit of a knife edge here. All right, I'm gonna take it up. Let's do a roll. Okay, never mind. I didn't do a roll.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
We're gonna do a loop. All right, let's do a loop. Do a loop right out here in front of us. All right. All right, so she doesn't have the best roll rate in the world.
Landing flaps.
Oh, my hatch popped up. Probably when I did that roll. That settled back down. Let me go make sure it's good and secure though. Good looking plane. Now you think, well, you gave a clear coat to that plane. No, I didn't.
Prop secured.
That is, it just pops on there. So we're not gonna take her upside down too much here.
Motors on.
All right. I'm gonna do a little bit more, better takeoff this time, more scale. And try to get off the ground a little bit more. I think I was taking it a little too easy last time. All right.
Takeoff flaps.
All right. There we go.
Flaps up.
Good looking plane now.
Time remaining 4 minutes. Landing flaps.
Bring her by low and slow. About half throttle there.
Flaps up.
Reminds me so much of the Cirrus SR-22T from E-Flight. Let's do a no flap landing this time. This is a great low wing plane too. Nope, nope, too hot. Too hot. Gonna have to put my flaps in. Just don't have any wind right now. All right.
Landing flaps.
Have to share my flap settings when we get done because this is share my flap settings when we get done because this flap settings are perfect. Doesn't rise, doesn't balloon, just slows the plane down in a nice controllable way. Nope, didn't like it.
Flaps up.
You don't like it, go around.
Time remaining 3 minutes. Take landing flaps.
There we go.
Flaps up.
All right, let's do that again. This time we're going to do a touch and go. Point it right at me. There, just kind of tap the wheel one time. I think we just tap that one back wheel.
Take landing flaps.
See if we can nail this landing this time. There we go. There we go.
Take flaps up.
All right, we're going to take off from down there.
Take off flaps. Flaps up.
Just going to take it out. Kill the motor.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
All right, let's do a stall test. Okay, you're flying along, you're flying along, you're flying along, and you lose power. Hold up the elevator, 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 elevator. Okay, good. She just slumps right on over. All right, let's do it this time with the wind. Clean stall. You're flying along, and lose power. Uh-oh, what do? Hold the elevator, hold the nose up, hold the nose up. Keep it level, keep it level, keep the nose up. All right. And oh, with the wind, woo, I about lost it there, didn't I? But you can see she dropped her right wing. You hold that elevator for too long. See, when you realize that you're gonna stall that bad, drop that nose and gain that airspeed to gain control. If you lose, when you lose, but now I know, that tells me how she stalls. When you lose that airflow over that wing, that's when you stall. All right.
Take off flaps.
Take off one more time.
Flaps up.
Okay. Take it up. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft.
Landing flaps.
Absolutely beautiful aircraft.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like the yellow one, but I think this blue one looks better. They now sell a solid white one. Now they're not FPV Builds and Tech that well, he might. Now that's 2 landings for the price of 1.
Takeoff flaps.
I gotta, you know, I can't leave it that way.
Flaps up. Landing flaps.
I know, I do so many takeoffs and landings. That's just, I love doing that. There we go. All right, I want to show you something in your construction of the plane, in the assembly, that you need to make sure you do. Okay. See that front nose gear?
Prop secured.
See how that moves? Okay. Your axis point, okay, is back behind the wheel. Okay, 40 seconds left, prop is off. But this is important with any plane where you have the rolling the axis part, or where it connects, is back behind the wheel. Okay, so that has to be good and secure. Otherwise you get, see, I have very little play. Now if you set this up wrong and you put that tiller arm on there the wrong way, you're going to have a lot of play, and she's going to do this down the runway, and you're going to think, what a cheap piece of crap. So, and I did that right off the bat. I put the tiller arm, I thought I was following instructions correctly. Maybe I wasn't. But this tiller arm, let's check the battery real quick, because you're going to have to focus in on this for me to show you. You got to look in this way. So I'll bring the plane up to you. Not bad. We had 49%, so that's a little higher end on the storage rate, but I'll live with that. But let me take the battery out. She's got flaps, she's got lights, you know, good strong gear. Just a great plane. I want to say she's like 409 or 429, and I gotta tell you, she's a good solid plane. But this is important in your setup so that you don't have the wobble. Okay, if you look, can you see the bottom of that tiller arm here? This is the tiller arm. Okay, the bottom part of that, I had it turned the other way, and there's a screw hole on either side, and I had it turned the other way to where the protruded part was up. Well, you don't have good bite there with this arm on the tiller, on the actual shaft itself. So if you turn it over where the thicker part is down towards the deck here, then that gives you better bite on that tiller arm, or that shaft, and you don't have the play, because otherwise you have way too much play. But other than that, that's the only thing really about the plane that I just had to discover on my own. She's got plenty of power, good scale flying plane, does a little bit of mild aerobatics. Lights are not all that bright. I would like to see them brighter, but it is awfully bright out here. These are all, this is hard plastic, this is metal, these are metal. There's one little antenna here you glue in there, but that's the only peripherals that you put in. The cockpit, if you go online and you look at the Bristol Aircraft Company, or not the KAVAN, that's the name of the model, but this is the Bristol, and this is the B23 Bristol. Bristol being the name of the actual scare aircraft. If you look, you can find this exact model minus the word KAVAN on there, but the rest of it you can find it, and that's the KAVAN symbol, that fox back there. The cockpit looks exactly like the real aircraft. They did their research. This looks, if you were to take a snapshot, this thing looks just like the real one. So very good job, KAVAN, in making the Bristol here. Flies great, looks great, and Anthony at FPV Builds and Tech up in West Babylon, New York. Hey, buddy, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love dealing with you. I love your product, and we're working on the Dynams. The Dynam planes you sell, we're working on. We're doing some reviews, and you know, Dynam is a whole different category all to itself. It's like its own area, its own little world, and it's good and bad, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. But this plane here, you ain't got, you're not having, other than make sure you get that tiller arm with a larger, more beefier part down. Other than that, you're not gonna have any problem with this thing. If you flew this SR22T from E-flite, you're gonna love this thing, and you're gonna think, why'd I ever waste my money on that when I could have got this? All right, y'all have a good one. There'll be a link for the purchase of this plane in the video. God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends. God is great, and that is the Bristol 23 by KAVAN from FPV Builds and Tech up in West Babylon, New York. Faith, family, and friends. Bye, y'all.